Hello! I have returned from my break. Tea refilled, body refreshed. Let's see if I can manage to find Station 3, because I have been looking for it for 2 streams now. I found it in my previous life, but this life it's been hiding from me. And of course, this life is when I specifically am looking for it, because, you know, that's the way these things go. So, let me continue eastward. Come on, bat, don't fail me now. I mean, the bat is not infallible. It didn't find the Khanate. Garrick's scalpel? Skylar's End? Nuncio. Well, here's Nuncio, and an excellent view of the statue. Still not Station 3, but definitely a new place. Do not return, sender. Nuncio, taciturn functionaries walk the docks in the uniforms of postmen. An enormous crowned statue casts chilling shadow. The shadows gleam with rat's eyes. Their ceaseless chittering rolls like the tide. Alright. Assemble a port report? May not be very familiar with the locals yet, but you can provide a preliminary overview. Surface details. There's a statue in the middle of the island. That's hard to miss. There's the way everyone wears a uniform and the way they call each other by their ranks in the postal service. There's the way the port authorities refer to regulations. There's the jargon, the curious habit of referring to any used-up thing as cancelled, as though the whole world were made of stamps. You write about vestigial bureaucracy and about trappings of order retained far from home. Go to the tavern. The Inky Blotter, it's called. The sign doesn't look like much. Warmer inside than it looks. Faces turn in your direction, but no one seems surprised to have a new arrival on the island. Oh, come on, now you run an ad break? Come on. Lit by 2 roaring fires, one at either end of the room. The bartender is in postman's uniform, like almost all of the patrons. A noseless postal inspector called Blunt Thomas delivers the drinks, clears tables, stacks the firewood. Alright, so we can allow the Clattery heir to offer her services. She could remove the call from a postal worker. They wouldn't be a worker anymore, of course. That would be no more than 0 Clattery treatments in Nuncio. And of course with the Clattery heir. Listen in on postal tall tales. Fishermen brag about fish that got away. Postmen brag about hard deliveries. Ask why the local currency consists of rats. 2 strings of rats for a pint of ale. 3 strings for wine. 5 for the tolerable brandy under the bar. Ask about that big statue in the center of the island. If there were a guidebook for visitors, it would have to be the first entry. Ask how they occupy themselves all day. There must be more than this. Or back to the docks. in on some postal tall tales. Amazing what you get for a penny stamp. Delicate bottles lowered down chimneys on a rope. Do not fold under any circumstance letters curled through a narrow slot. Rattling, groaning crates brought back to the same address every day for 22 days running. The windows they pried open, the servants they bribed, the delivery surcharges they paid out of their own salaries just to get rid of one more packet. It is hard to tell which they hate more, the senders of mail or the recipients. Stands to reason, if the message was a welcome one, they'd tell the other fellow in person, reflects the hairless postwoman. Ask about the statue. The monumental postman. Oh, that. It's all of us, isn't it? Sort of the spirit of the island. Most of them don't seem troubled for more of an explanation than that, though the hairless postwoman tells you it didn't always look like a fallen London postman at all, that it used to have a different face and a more old-fashioned outfit. Okay. Why does the local currency consist of rats? Scarcity is not an issue. The hairless postwoman at the end of the bar smiles mirthlessly. Or maybe it's just the lack of eyebrows that does it. Long enough carrying the things around, you get into the habit, she says. Then she tells you that if you stay out late enough, you'll see some of the postmen making a procession to the center of the island, stringing up rats around the statue like Yuletide decorations, in prayer to an ancient deity of this place. From the coughing and choking elsewhere in the pub, you'd guess that this is a story they often tell the newcomers. I am not going to ask her why she's hairless. How do you occupy yourselves? Dead letter office. Big building, center of town. Hard to miss. You can work there too, if you want. It's not clear whether this is a generous offer or a threat. I'm accepted by the locals. I don't think I'm going to allow the clattery heir to offer her services in this case. Back to the docks. Let's try a shift at the dead letter office. There's a sign of a cancelled stamp over the door. Extensive tour. Blunt Thomas takes you around the office, a small collection room where those retrieving letters may state their business. A much larger set of black offices where newly arrived letters and parcels are collected and sorted. A dank, briny smell that never goes away, presumably because so many of the parcels spent time in the water before they arrived here. In the back room is a machine manned, ratted by a postal rat, a ratus faber in a pinstriped hat. It shovels sludge-damp letters into the machine's hopper, and they come out dried, cleaned, pressed, and sorted into slots by size and quality of paper. Okay, make a study of what goes on in the back room. That's a tough challenge with a 39% chance of success. Man the collections window, better chance of meeting people, slightly better. Matter of luck, 70% chance. Converse with the postal rat, perhaps he'll have some insights on the inhabitants of the island. Offer employment to the postal rat's niece. He asks it as a favor, and she sounds well trained and eager. That gets me a Ratus Faber assistant. Ask the postal rat for a key to the basements. Claim a respectable envelope from the dead letter selection. The writing on the front is demure. Or end your shift. I'm gonna try manning the collection window. Tick-tock. You note down new parcels in a logbook. You study postal regulations from a manual. You explore all the possible procedures for sitting on the postman's stool. It's only at the end of the day that a dignified lady arrives. She wears mauve gloves. She wishes to collect a letter on which she refused delivery 22 years ago. She has difficulty meeting your eye. But the letter is here, filed in its proper slot. Firm and masculine handwriting, signs of a limited education, inexpensive paper, no water damage. She does not read it in front of you. She tucks it into a bag and goes out. I was fortunate. I have an intriguing snippet as well. Let's converse with the postal rat. On the islanders. Do you like having sticky hands? Asked the postal rat. Most people, they have sticky hands. They can't wait to clean them, yes? For a postman, an undeliverable parcel is sticky hands. Bothers you till it's fixed. The longer you serve in the post office, the worse it feels. Delivering a letter correctly is good, so not delivering is bad. The unclean feeling gets too strong, and they come here. Okay. I could ask for a key to the basement. Sure, let's ask for the key to the basement. No trouble at all. He's surprised by the request. Most postmen don't like it down there. No one ever asks for a key. But he'll cut you a new one. Just be careful in there, and come out if you start to feel wrong. I am authorized for backroom access. Open the back rooms. The key is warm in your pocket. Deep and deeper. You had expected a few shelves of supplies? More files of letters? A few years older? No, it is a pit, so deep that lantern light does not show the bottom. A spiral walkway descends along its wall, and that spiral opens wider as it goes, as if you were looking through a narrow end of a very large shell. Lining this wall are shelves and nooks, unevenly sized. Some are a few inches square and contain single scrolls of papyrus. Others support crates bigger than coffins. They're made of a woody fungus grown to meet requirements. There are no marks of carpentry or any of the postal rat's handiwork. 3 turns down the spiral, and you feel you can't breathe. Time to leave. You can come back later, maybe. Okay, basement custodian. Learned in postal secrets quality is now 5. Gained 5 terror. Tell the postal rat about my basement findings. Troubled, but not surprised. They say that's been there since before we came, before there were Londoners in Neath, before there was a dead letter office. There was something else, and they built the last layer on top of what was there before, and so on. When you press him a little further, he says, I've been down there. Didn't like it much, but I wanted to test my machine. Thought if I could handle some of the very old dead letters, it would be a good sign, you know? Evidence the machine was in good working order, good, strong sorting categories, and so forth. He pauses. There's letters down there that set your hair on fire if you so much as look at them. See the bald patch on my left leg? That wasn't a machine accident. Oh no, that singed right off as soon as I put my nose into one of them letters. Alright, familiar with the flaming letters. Trusted in Nuncio. Gained a tale of terror. And have an extraordinary implication. A high-risk challenge to descend into the basement with mirrors, arrange contraptions, divert light, illuminate what has been dark a long time. 21% chance of success. Not a chance. Alright, return to the docks. Explore along the beach. There's a long stretch of shale dotted with washed-up kegs and barrels and smaller flotsam. Shifty going. The rocks slip and slither underfoot, but you keep your balance. Every lap of the wave drags up some new letter or parcel. The face of the water is dotted with them as far as you can see in this blackness, carried by a powerful current. Alright, I can collect material for the dead letter office. That's where all this flotsam belongs, so it can be sorted. Take soundings. Perhaps there is some evidence of the great hollowness underneath these shores. What the heck is unlocked with propagation Nuncio no more than 0. Unlocked with Nuncio learned in Postal Secrets 5 and no more than 6. Back to the docks. You know what? Let's take some soundings. Depth below. Striking the ground causes the stones to shift and rattle. It is hard at first to hear anything more than that. But if you try long enough and strike hard enough, the whole beach shivers like the surface of a drum. The flotsam leathers quiver and align themselves in concentric circles around the point of impact. The next wave brings ashore 3 or 4 times the usual freight. Collect material for the dead letter office. That's where the flotsam belongs. Will of its own. You make your way along the shore with a big sack. Many of the envelopes are too damp to read, their addresses permanently lost, but a surprising number are still legible. There are also parcels. Here and there is a crate, a message in a wine bottle, a sealed cask that has bobbed up out of a shipwreck. Your sack ought to get heavy with all these contents, but it pulls upwards and away, straining inland towards the dead letter office like an unmanageable dog. One dead post. Alright, let's take the post to the dead letter office, because I do not want to leave here with that. The bell chimes above the door. The fellow manning collections looks awake for half a second when you come in, until he realizes you're here to relieve him. Okay, feed your undeliverable letters into the sorting machine. The gleaming hopper awaits. That's all that I can... yeah, that's all I can do with that. Alright. 52 categories. After prolonged whirring, the machine begins to distribute 7 invitations edged in gilt into the correspondence of the aristocracy slot, 2 oversized parcels probably containing books into the books tray, 1 stamped bronze tablet that drops with a clang into a bin marked First City. The postal rat watches all this with an air of satisfaction. Alright. Worker in Dead Letters hasn't changed. Cultivating friendships with postmans hasn't changed. Okay, descend into the basement with flame, properly equipped, candles for the way and a flare for the bottom. Okay, what does that actually require? 5 foxfire candles and a flare. That sounds terrifying, actually. End my shift. Okay. I'm feeling okay now. Are there any shops here? Oh, I could buy fuel and supplies. Good to know. Little expensive, but it's good to know they're there. All right. Continuing east. Bat. What the? What is this? I don't remember this. I mean, admittedly, it's possible that I encountered it several lifetimes ago and don't remember. Okay, what do we have over here? Oh, it's the Spider Island. A floating strand of web caresses your face. The air hints at spiders. Okay, Bat, can you tell me where the port is, please? No island is within the bat's range, my butt. Okay, there's a port around here somewhere. I've just got to find the sucker. Wait, that looks promising. Definitely not a turtle, but lots and lots of spiders. Savior's rocks. The sound of their constant motion is like pebbles on a beach. Okay, so we have the scuttering reaches, intricate webs, and preparing for the Festival of Silk. Alright, let's try the scuttering reaches. We are now in possible spider warning territory for those who have major problems with that, just so you know. Yep, there we go. Intricate webs stretch into a darkness where the shadows are never entirely still. Gossamer threads stolen by the breeze tickle the goosebumps on your skin. 1,000 unseen eyes promise 1,000,000 more. Alright, so we have bring light into the darkness. The sorrow spiders avoid the candlelight, but not out of any sense of fear, though far from tolerant of outside. Stop that, computer! If anybody knows how to get Firefox to stop telling me whenever mail arrives... I've turned off all of the sound everywhere that I can find, but it keeps chiming anyway. It's really annoying. Anyway, where was I? Though far from tolerant of outsiders, they care little enough for their abandoned webs to turn a blind eye to at least a little scavenging, up to a point. That is unlocked with Foxfire Candle. Risk exploring without candles. In this wasteland, only the false stars in the roof of the Neath illuminate the webs and ruins the sorrow spiders call home. You may still stumble upon something, though, or indeed into something. That is a high-risk challenge with an 18% chance of success. Could get me 15 bolts of spider silk, but oh boy. Any shops here? Oh, there are! Harbor Provisioners will sell... Okay. Alright, preparing for the Festival of Silk. The glumness of the Nativity is broken by the reds and golds of freshly hung banners. Spider-worshipping weavers and widows guide the traders in readying their celebration of gratitude to the generous neighbors that silently watch over them from the shadows. Okay, so what do we got here? Assist with festival preparations. The assistance of an experienced captain and crew will hardly be turned down. The Haunted Doctor. Please, I must leave this terrible place. The sorrow spiders will not take me back. Please. The Haunted Doctor increases hearts and pages. I've still got the clattery air, though. Even though he's free? I might take him just because he's free, but... Trade supplies for silk. The fine silk of Savior's Rocks is the most coveted in the Neath. There can be no better time to acquire some without the usual trader's markup. Compile a port report. The silk traders of the Nativity know better than to risk loose chatter. Still, a little contribution to their festival may loosen their tongues. Aha! If you have mushroom wine. A delivery of trinkets. An almost entirely legitimate silk trader urgently requests your help with a delivery to fall in London. Okay, I will spend the mushroom wine to get a port report. Very happily. An off-the-cuff, scripted response. The silk traders don't talk much. In particular, they don't talk of the sorrow spiders at their feet, over their heads, or crawling over them as they sleep. Spiders? We'll not be having that kind of talk about the generous neighbors, they say with haste in raised voices. All right. You know what? Take on the Haunted Doctor. Let's help him get out of here. Welcome aboard. The Haunted Doctor hurries aboard the ship. He pauses, looking at the cursed wasteland of Savior's Rocks. The lady said I would never be able to get it back once it was thrown away. I see she was... Never mind. Is this my cabin? Yes, it is more than I deserve. Alright, I have a Haunted Doctor. This could get me in trouble, but I'm terribly curious. Let's take the delivery of trinkets. Trinkets? Just trinkets, confirms the man, holding out the box. Shaking it, you hear a rattling and see a sudden look of horror on the man's face. He says nothing, though, merely backs away as quickly as good manners permits. Definitely not sorrow spider eggs. Deliver them to Fallen London. Oh boy. It's a pity the venture capitalist doesn't want spider silk. I could trade 2 supplies for silk. Yeah. A fine bonus. The merchant whistles as he opens the crate and finds a couple bottles of Molway's 1872, apparently rejected by the crew for being fancy toff water. Moralways! You don't know how I've dreamed of this stuff since coming here. That Greyfields piss? A vintage for schoolgirls. He pops the cork and takes a swig, an unpracticed look of happiness spreading across his face. At his gesture, an extra crate is loaded onto your ship. I now have 2 bolts of spider silk. Let's assist with festival preparations. Quiet murmurs of appreciation. The traders of the Nativity have little practice showing appreciation, but at least put in an effort. In particular, they not entirely accidentally let slip the secret of the Accord of Grace, a hospitality granted visitors by the generous neighbors of whom they will speak no ill. They do, however, hint that this only applies to travelers arriving through the port. Those unlucky enough to run aground on the rocks can consider themselves... But no, a sorrow spider might hear something they would of course never say. Okay... I mean, I'm a little nervous about having given away those supplies. You know what, I will buy 1 back. And that makes me feel a little better. Hive mind spiders? Maybe. I've only encountered these spider islands here once before in my playing, and I didn't get very far with them before I unfortunately lost my life. So I've never really plumbed the what the heck is going on here thing. I know that the people of this island make their living by selling spider silk, and that they absolutely will not speak badly about the spiders, no matter how you bribe them, because if they get on the bad side of the spiders, not only are they all going to lose their livelihood, they're going to die. So that's what I know about this place. And with this, I have reached the far eastern edge of this map. I think it is probably time to start heading back towards London, so what I'm going to do is turn myself north. Yeah, I'm gonna turn north and try to come back through this way. Like through this area. And hope that I find something good. Oh no, 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 no. No, Mr. Crab, I'm just another spider. I'm just a really weird spider. It's all fine. It's all good. It's all okay. Please don't kill me. Oh, lordy, lordy. See, that is the problem, is that I can't trust my bat to actually find everything. If I'm too close to a place that I'm supposed to have discovered, it just... Wait a minute. Hey! I found the Chelinate. Now where's their port? Oh no. Oh no. A discarded face. Captain, I found this afloat in the bilges. The sailor holds it out, grimacing. A sheet of human skin with holes for eyes, nose, mouth. You recognize the mustache clinging to its ragged lip. The mustache of the ragged crewman you rescued. He must have been one of the face-stealing abominations they call snuffers. But whose face is the snuffer wearing now? Have the ship's doctor examine your crew. Each eyes the other sidelong. Your physician can provide a more educated evaluation. This is a chancy challenge with a 51% chance. Use a ruse. Snuffers, the Saurians say, eat candles. They are too cunning to be caught by a bait of common candles, but if you could render down something rare, this is a chancy challenge that would be available to me if I had a strange catch. Or seek out the enemy as best you can. Snuffers are masters of concealment, and it may not even have taken another crew member yet. Perhaps it's waiting in the shadows. This is a 14% chance. 14 versus 51. Oh boy. I'm going to take the 51. Cross fingers, everyone. No sign. All are human, your physician reports. Most likely the snuffer has escaped overboard, unless it's still hiding somewhere in the ship. Unless your physician is the one who... No, you have to trust someone, and this is someone you know well. That's a failure. I've lost a crew. Crew lost to the snuffer. Certain matter has become clear. Gained 5 terror. Well, I'm going to count that as a death. So, just give me a moment here. To the death tracker, which so far has been undisturbed this stream, but no, it is undisturbed no more. 1 crew lost to the snuffer, wherever they went. Who knows where they went? Alright. Let's continue looking for the port. There it is. Oh, do not notice me, weird ship. Please do not notice me. I don't want anything to do with you. Why do your bits wiggle? Shableport. Whoop! Oh. I was so close. And then I went doink. Alright, welcome to the Chelinate. A shell as big as a wild dream. I will deal with the father's bones thing after dealing with the place itself. So, waves lap the slappy sides of a vast turtle shell, bigger than any cathedral. Chelinites loaf on wooden docks around the shell sides, staring sullenly. Lamps hang like decorations in a festive butcher's window. All around you, the sea is rank with scraps of ancient flesh. Alright, shore leave at the Chelinate. Beer and roistering are cheap here, but the hunters of the Chelinate take their roistering seriously. You can't be sure your crew will make it back safely. This is a high-risk challenge. Oh boy, that's Obtain a doomed monster hunter. The Chelinate is stiff with monster hunters, awash with the pelican juices that give them strength. A good number of them are doomed, too, but you need to provide for their families. That would have cost me a captivating treasure, but I don't have one anymore. Compile a port report. How does one express this very striking smell? Tails for the bone. Someone is crying unusual wares. Follow the sound. Show off a hunting trophy. Young Chelinites gather around your ship, pressing their chalked palms to your bow. They demand stories. Trade a hunting trophy for an outlandish artifact. Interesting. Well, let's start with the port report. Why do your bits wiggle? I'm glad to have brought you a small amount of joy, Brother John. Alright, how does one express this very striking smell? The limits of meaningful expression. No matter what details you try to record, the stench creeps in around the edges of the sentences. The Chelonites watchful despite the reek, movement among the miasmic scraps of long-abandoned monster carcass, frequent duels where the stink is thickest. I now have a port report, and apparently it smells. It's all smells. Alright, let's follow the sound of the unusual wares. A scrawny man squats beneath an awning of gant-colored whaleskin. Bring me your tales, he cries. Tales for the bone. Bring him a tale. See what wonders he can work. Pay the chronicler to inscribe a Z-story onto a hunting trophy, and you'll receive an outlandish artifact. That would cost 1 supply, a Z-story, not a glory's bone, and a hunting trophy. Well, that's interesting. Alright. Alright, your father's bones, the bone men. The bone men are the priests who guard the Chelonites' relics. The urchin Slivy said they keep your father's bones. But why? Safekeeping. This bone man snarls at you from behind a mask of white clay. We do not lightly give up our treasures, he intones. What will you offer us? Oh boy. A stolen bone. You dicker and argue for hours. The bone men won't accept secrets, money, or even hunting relics. But, one says at last, but if the Fathom King will return what he has stolen, then we will relinquish your father. Only then. Travel to the Fathom King's hold to pursue this quest further. Oh, joy. Like, I know where the Fathom King is. I have not found the Fathom King in any life. But I will mark this Father's Bones for Fathom King for Father's Bones. Alright. In the south or central Untersee is the only indicator that I've got, and it's just, Well, that's unhelpful, to say the least. Oh, interestingly. They'll buy a bunch of things. Oh, they'll buy a Whispering Trophy case of all things. Huh. And they sell Stygian ivory. Did I need Stygian ivory for anything? Let me check my list. Okay, location, con shadow. Location, Empire of Hands, Scintillac, coffee, location, Station 3, outlandish artifacts, or parabola linen. Nope, nobody is asking for Stygian ivory at this point. Interesting. Okay. You know, I never actually spoke to the doctor. He's soft-voiced, courteous, rarely makes eye contact, but often stares at other people's eyes from afar. Let's see, we can chat about science over a light dinner of Z-trout and bracket gruel. Chat about politics over roast lizard and cabbage in the Connigan style. Ask about his medical career. He looks up from a wounded sailor. No, I mustn't. No, I have no stories. You wouldn't wish to hear. He sniffs. Unless, would that be Z-trout? And he increases hearts. Okay, so... I'm not going to do that now because I don't want to spend supplies when I'm this far away from London. But that's very interesting. How many secrets do I have? I have 6. Okay. Well, yeah. I want to go through this way, just in case there's something I missed through there. So... want to turn this way? I don't have any coffee, so and my suspicions are pretty high, so I'm not going to go to the Khanate on this trip. Oh, but wait, Khan's shadow. Oh. I'm about to lose my gunner, I think. Still, it's getting things done. Oh, it's the snuffer again. Another crewman has gone missing. Another abandoned face found on deck, as if to taunt you. Okay, I can only use the ship's doctor. Oh boy. Cross fingers, folks. Unmasked. Snuffers are more malleable than men. This one has relocated its internal organs for its own convenience. Your physician identifies an errant lung and shouts the alarm. Your crew beats the hissing horror to the deck. That was Hillary, yelps the bosun. In a terrified rage, they rearrange its organs more violently and permanently. The snuffer is dead. I lost a crew, lost a terror, but I'm not going to lose any more crew to the snuffer. So, well, back to the death tracker. Alright. Hopefully I don't lose any more crew, or I'm gonna get real slow. Alright. That is success. Woo-ha! Almost hit the Khan's shadow, but missed it. Long ago, the Khanate turned its back on its warrior traditions. It has no place for pirates and would-be nomads, so here, in the shadow, the exiles make their home amid 100 wrecked, grounded, decommissioned ships. Let my Longshanks gunner go ashore. I'm no more good to your captain. I've got the scent of freedom now, and I'm for the city of broken ships. Acquire a doomed monster hunter. The rebel lords of the Khanate are hungry for the secrets of the Dawn Machine. One among their number will volunteer to die for you should you provide what they need. That's an element of Dawn. Compile a port report. Have a one-eyed scrimshander carve something from your hunting trophy. His tools are laid before him in a neat row. Trade a hunting trophy for 4 watchful curios. Interesting. Alright, port report. Closely written notes. Conniving, debauching, speechifying, drinking, singing, speeching, poeting. Now and then a drunken duel. Very occasionally, a savage murder ritual. Demiser, hello, good evening, welcome back. Alright, that's a port report. Alright, we shall all say farewell to the Longshanks gunner. She departs us here. You were a good gunner. A profitable parting. So I've got a confession to make. I've been moonlighting in the old trade. Not aboard ship. I'd never steal from a shipmate captain, I swear. She winks. But a port here, a port there. Here's some of my haul, and thanks. She hands you a collection of clinking objects wrapped in cloth, shoulders a bundle, and whistling, hurdles the rail to land in a rusting coal barge. She's gone. 14 hours, Demiser. My goodness, what a long shift. Alright, that's 2 outlandish artifacts, a casket of sapphires, an ambiguous eelith, a hunting trophy, and 3 drowning pearls. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna hang on to this hunting trophy. I feel like it could be useful. I'm tempted to take the drowning pearls up to the Khanate, but my supplies are getting really low. I wish I'd checked how much coffee. I like the gunner so much I modded her back in with better stats. Yeah, I have not actually modded this game at all. So I could take the pearls to Khan's glory immediately. They are right there, but I mean, the Longshanks Gunner is not the best stat in the game, but she's a sweet girl. Ah well, hopefully I'll find a new gunner. I will not be going to the Khanate at this time. Even though it's right there, I'm not going to the Khanate. Go, bat, go. It's not very hard, just text editing mostly. There are some really nice mods. Oh, yeah, I mean, it's not that I think the mods are bad. It's that, I'm still discovering new things about the base game. Okay, let's see here. I will definitely miss Port Cecil by going by this route, but Noctic Lobe. There's a name. This is a relatively new captain. I did lose captain last week when I streamed. Okay, what is threatening me? Where? Why? How? A rat barge? Well, I'm not sure what's going on down there, but I don't think I want to deal with whatever's going on with that ship. The Untersee is restless? Oh no. But, this life has been north-ish, but mostly it's been going east. So, this one is Felicia. I have been naming my captains in alphabetical order, so that will tell you how many captains I've had. And I will be truthful, Demiser. I cannot actually remember when the last time that you were here was. I do remember that you were here, but specific details and times are beyond my grasp. I'm not good with time. I don't perceive it very well. am I? Oh, I'm just below Demo Island. Let's go to Demo. I can sometimes pick up a new sailor there. Maybe I can get my crew back up to 6. Still haven't found Station 3 in this life. I would really like to find Station 3. Alright, let us start by compiling a port report. And yes, here we go. 1 echo for a volunteer to bring my crew back up to 6. Perfect. Accepting a volunteer now. Oh, you know what? I should probably count the loss of the Longshanks. She's not precisely dead, but she's dead to me. So, let's pop that death count up to 3. There we go. Alas, that means that I don't get to have tea with the Factor, which, sadness. 60% chance. I don't want to take it. Can I just buy some stuff instead? Buy a fuel, buy a couple of supplies, feel better about life. Realize I didn't actually plan which way to go. You know, assuming I can avoid that ship, I could go to Mutton Island. Well, she's not dead. She's just, you know, lost to me forever. And since she was a member of my crew, since she's lost... Oh, I've almost got them. I've almost got them. Kaboom! Well, she wasn't a passenger. She was my crew member. And that's why I count her on the death meter, even though she's not dead, because she's gone forever from me. If she'd ascended into the ceiling, I would also count her as being dead. Alright, let's loot the ship. Some sort of barrel. I have a firkin of prisoner's honey somehow. This is what they call prisoner's honey, wrung by the lamplighter bee from the exile's rose. I wonder who made up these names, remarks Abel Seaman Carget. Someone who has read a sight too many books, I'm thinking. She's just resting. Hello, Green! Good evening! I was starting to think that you wouldn't be showing up tonight. Okay. I was kind of trying to head towards... Oh no, not bats. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. We're not going to Mutton Island if there are bats between it and me. Except they're moving upward. No! Why? Why? Oh man. Well, the good news is that, having gone around the bats by the most inefficient way possible, I'm now on a straight line to Mutton Island. Just checking. Why is the charge on my phone so low? Good lord. Okay. Wait a minute. Where... There's a lighthouse down there that I haven't actually discovered, so that's fun. Shouldn't I be able to see it by now? There it is. I swear I just charged my phone yesterday. What the heck has happened to it? Anyway, as long as it still tells the time, it's all good. Maybe I should have bought more fuel. Is there something in the air today? A restless breeze? Approach the dock. It's probably nothing. The moment passes. The ship slides into dock. Time passes on Mutton Island. Has something changed? Mutton Island bustles. Villagers scurry on countless errands, and the smell of baking fish wafts from ovens. Locals touch up whitewash on their cottages. Bunting crowns the village. Down on the shore, a band practices, and beyond, among the rocky shoals around the island, drownies begin to congregate. Ask about, sorry, much too busy, a royal visit. You look for someone else. In the way, you manage to get a few moments' attention from the custodial chef. It's the fruits of the Z festival, he tells you, the 30th. 30 were promised, 30 delivered. Now his complexity comes to visit our fair island. He turns to a hurrying fisherman who struggles under a mound of bunting. Is that all there is? More bunting, he screeches. More bunting. You'll get nothing from Mutton Island at the moment. Has something changed? I lost 5 terror, gained a Z story, and got another intriguing snippet. What the heck is going on? Something is really weird with this place. I still have not been able to figure out exactly what is going on here, but something is really weird here. Quaker's Haven is quiet. Is the festival over? Something is wrong. Where is the chimney smoke? Where are the people? Has something changed on Mutton Island? Mutton Island rests silently under the false stars. No smoke rises from the chimneys. No feet tread the streets. No ruddy-cheeked locals trade rustic aphorisms on the jetty. What has happened? Explore the shore. What's on the beach? Investigate the Cock and Magpie. It was the heart of the village once. Investigate the hill. A hunched shape looms on the hilltop. Explore the village. You wander through the empty, winding streets. Seaweed hangs from windows. Thatches are sodden. Drenched bunting hangs limply from the eaves. Or compose a port report. No, let's have a meander. What's on the beach? Laces and soles. Shoes litter the length of the shore and bob in the sighing surf. Sunday best boots. Solid farmer's shoes studded with hobnails. Small, neat children's shoes with gleaming buckles. Wherever the inhabitants went, they went barefoot. Oh no. Investigate the Cock and Magpie? Drunk dry. Most of the brasses still hang on the beams, but now they are joined by an incongruous studding of barnacles. Behind the bar, the floor is littered with empty bottles. You test the beer kegs, also empty. The cellar is flooded with 3 feet of Z-water. Drowned rats float slowly across the surface. What is going on? Explore the village? No one's home. You check house after house and don't find a soul. The carpets squelch underfoot, oozing Z-water. The curtains drip. No valuables have been left behind. No jewelry, no heirlooms. But there's still cutlery in the drawers, plates and bowls stacked in the damp, stinking cupboards. Something rattles in a coal scuttle. You tip it over and a crab crawls out. It peers around, clearly lost. What? Entertain your crew's terrified speculations. Each of them has a theory about what happened on the island. This is locked. Investigate the hill. The effigy. The hill is strewn with dead fish. Silvery scales shine under your lamp. Glassy eyes glint. You come across the old stone well and peer in. The water is high. A salt reek rises from it. On the hilltop, a wicker figure stands. When it was built, it must have been 10 feet high. Now it is slumped and sagging. The paper mache of its skin has slowed away, but it still wears the knobbly crown of coral. Compose a port report. Little to report. Still here, still sodden, empty as a politician's promises. What? What? Oh no. Time to go. I choose not to deal with that crab over there. I don't have enough fuel to be engaging in another battle. Oh. Things go weird every time with that place, and I still don't know what the heck is going on. There's just something about Quaker's Haven that just gets my hackles up. Is this because I didn't try to go up the hill? Alright, collect messages from the harbor master. Something has changed underneath. Someone wants to sign on. The alarming scholar has invited me to call on them. I've another day of free evening. Okay, what all do I have in the hold at this point? I have a lot of space in the hold. Okay, let's start with the Admiral. Does he take prisoners' honey, or does he only take red honey? He only takes red honey. Okay, let's submit some port reports. Shepherd Isles, submit as fact. We do hear some peculiar tales of that place. This is a 47% chance, or Shepherd Isles submit as unsubstantiated hearsay. We do hear some unlikely tales of that place. Now, my Veils is somehow not high enough to give me better than a 47% chance, which is terrifying since it's 63. So, unsubstantiated hearsay it is. Friendly scoffing. I agree, it does seem implausible. So many of the stories from that place do. Still, there is a little gold of truth in the mud of rumor from time to time. Your payment, Captain. 10 echo, a favor, and a fuel. Nuncio. Ah, yes, the place that lures away postmen. One hears no end of complaints from the postal service. 30 echo, a favor, and a fuel. Savior's Rocks. Goodness, we don't often hear news from there. Screaming sometimes. Report submitted. How curious. No spiders at all, they say. They are indeed blessed. 50 echo, a favor, and a fuel. The chelinate. Is it still as revolting as they say? What about the smell? 50 echo, a fuel, and a favor. Khan Shadow. Oh, these are always fun. Come on, let's hear it. Report submitted. Other officials gather round to hear your tales of bloodshed and debauchery, and the jokes about the Khan that the Shadow produces so efficiently and so entertainingly. The one about the Khan and the donkey produces a roar of patriotic laughter and encourages the deputy recorder to unlock the departmental drinks cabinet. Alright, that's 30 echo, a fuel, lost 5 terror, and gained a favor. Quaker's Haven. They were always a funny lot. Probably got their comeuppance. 5 echo and a fuel. Demo Island. 20 echo and a fuel. Okay, out we go. The alarming scholar has requested to see me, so... A little present from the scholar. You've been so very helpful. I wanted to give you something for your next voyage. I bottled it myself. Dark glass. It smells pickled, chemical, salty. Once it might have been eel flesh, but the scholar assures you that it is vital in nutritional values. Save it for an emergency, perhaps. 2 supplies! Okay, so... Oh, the scholar will take the ambiguous aolith. Some of these things were made as tools, some just look that way. They will also take the extraordinary implication and the intriguing snippet. Well, let's offer the scholar an intriguing snippet. I might perhaps classify this as gossip, not data. Nevertheless... Oh, zesty, zesty. This one will do very well shared. Thank you. Your payment. 50 echo for a snippet. I'm curious what else I can do with this stuff. To my lodgings. Let's read the papers. Lost to terror, gained a recent news. Okay, is there anything that I can do with this pile of stuff? Let's see. No, I can't do anything with all this stuff that I'm carrying in here. The Wolfstack Exchange will buy my casket of sapphires. They'll also buy the spider silk. Well, I'll sell them the casket of sapphires, maybe? I can never decide what the best thing to do with loot is. Okay, I'm going to... Let's see here. At one point or another, I did have the wiki in my tabs somewhere, but my tabs are well out of control at this point, so actually finding the sucker would be... No, I can't find it. Okay. Let's Google for it instead. I don't generally like using the wikis, but this game is opaque enough that it's really just annoying. So, items? Cargo? Maybe? Let's see. Casket of sapphires. Alright, the merchant venturer may occasionally request these. The brisk campaigner needs one. Tireless mechanic. Polythreme will buy it? Let's see here. Uncle Ankle's lean place, a notch in the shell? What the heck? Okay, so the place where I can get the greatest price for it is something called Uncle Ankle's lean place in the Chelinate. Huh. So yeah, that's where I can get the best price for a casket of sapphires. And hey, I do know where the Chelinate is this time around. So that's interesting. What else have I got? Where's my game? Let's peruse the hold. Spider silk. I also have some spider silk. Let's find out about spider silk. Interesting. That's not on this list. Parabola linen is on the list. Wait, here, I found it. Okay, there we go. I know this is fascinating, I'm sorry. Okay, so the best price for spider silk is a shop in Rack, which I haven't found yet, so that's no good. Nephrite. Okay, that's a licensed exchange in Nikonate. No, actually you can't sell it there. You can only buy it there. How annoying. That's no good. Yeah, considering that I haven't found the other places that will buy spider silk, it's best if I sell this in London. Yeah, so back to the game. Where's the spider silk? There it is. Sell the spider silk. What else have I got? Oh yes, the firkin of prisoner's honey. Back to the wiki. Sorry about this, folks. Let's see, if I were prisoner... There you are. Firkin of prisoner's honey. It is used in a great many interactions. If your hold and bank balance can take it, it's wise to always carry a couple. Expand the tables below for more info. Oh dear. Khan's Heart. Forgotten Quarter. It looks like it would best serve me to just continue carrying this around. Because that's more than I would get for just selling it for the various interactions. So, yeah. I don't love giving up the hold space at this time, but that probably is my best bet with it at this point. So I want to take the sapphires to the chelinate, keep the prisoner's honey. Oh, right. And while I'm in the wiki, let's double check to see how much coffee the leopard wants. Where are you, coffee? Here, coffee, 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 coffee. Here we are. Let's see. Offer a gift to the leopard. 5. It needs 5. Wow. Yeah, I can't sail all the way to Khan and back with that much taken out of my hold. It's already bad enough with the sapphires and the honey. But I am going to make a note. 5x coffee for Khan's glory. Okay. Good to know these things. Glad I checked. I would hate to be sailing around with a single bag of coffee that I couldn't do anything with. Okay. Alright. This has been the boring everybody gets to look at the same screen for way too long portion of the evening, which hopefully is over now. So, yeah, I would... Alright, let's pause for a moment. So... back to the chelinate with the sapphires. I wish I knew where Station 3 was this time around. Well, it's the best I've got at the moment. I can continue looking for the Empire of Hands in Station 3, although I doubt that Station 3 is over here. It must be down here somewhere this time around. I'm torn about, you know, what to do. Let's possibly try to sail in a straight line, hit Khan's Shadow, the chelinate, and then try going north from there and then back across this way. Decisions are very difficult. But also, there is more stuff to be dealt with. A new recruit! Who awaits my attention? Is it a gunner? Engage an officer, the Carnelian Exile. Captain, I know the way, let me show you. The Exile is a first officer who increases mirrors and pages. Not a gunner. Not a gunner. Or I can engage a Zailer. What desperate desire has led this one to sign on? Who cares? They're very keen. Consequently, they're cheap. Okay, I will take the 5 Echo crew member. Lost a terror, lost 5 echo, gained a crew. Now I have 7, which is my current ideal number. It's good. Feels good. Let's have a carouse. 80% chance of success. Let's try it. A strange night out. You wake in the back room of Gaston's lampery, head pounding. You had something to drink, but beyond that it's a little hazy. Your knuckles are bloody. Your blood, you think, and your shirt bloody likewise. Probably not yours, unless your blood is slick and greenish. You've had better nights out. A difficult brew, Gaston says gnomically. Lost 3 terror, lost 10 echo. Well, at least I didn't gain terror, I suppose. Yeah, I guess it's time to head out. Oh wait, trinkets. The man waiting is not a cultist. He's just another ordinary citizen, wearing a silken blindfold. In a few years, perhaps everyone will be wearing them. Deliver the trinkets to the waiting man. Still a firmly sealed crate of what you are absolutely not sorrow spider eggs. Well, that's a relief. Or maybe you just got lucky? Either way, they made it. So did you. Someone else's problem now. What was the address on the crate? Somerset College? On second thoughts, it hardly matters. 100 echo and no longer have a box of trinkets. Just trinkets. I feel like maybe I ought to be concerned. Oh yeah, I forgot to check if there was anything good I could do with the extraordinary implication or the ambiguous aolith. Ah, back to the wiki. Okay, they're not cargo. Curiosities, perhaps? Yeah, this looks like what I'm interested in. Extraordinary implication, right there. Okay. Let's see here. Can be sold to the alarming scholar. 5 extraordinary implications can be traded for a searing enigma at Wind Come Calling. I haven't found that. Can be sold in Irem for less than the scholar will pay. Best hoarded for searing enigmas or sold at Roser's Wharf, since they sell there for more than the scholar is offering. Do I know where Roser's Wharf is? Oh no, that's the Rose Market. Okay. Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, so that was the extraordinary implication. What is this other thing? This is an ambiguous aolith. A thinking creature made this, or the sea made this, or both. Okay. Ambiguous aolith. Let's see. Is this in alphabetical order? I doubt it. Why would I be that lucky? Here we are. Ambiguous aolith. Has the following usage. Might be needed in the Shattered Citadel. can be used. 3 can be used. I only have the 1. 2 can be used to... Okay. Or I can sell it at the university for an extremely variable amount of money. Interesting. I might as well hold on to it, I guess. Was there anything else interesting? No, I don't think so. So we're gonna sail to the Shellinate to sell off these sapphires and hope to find the Station 3 on the way? Maybe if I swing south and then, like, sail up the east? I hate how much cargo space is being taken by random objects at this point. Okay. The hold, she's full. And because the hold is full, I should go to the light ship and not the sisters. It is a real pity about the terror. I was really hoping that the carousing would reduce my terror by a greater amount, but guess I wasn't that lucky. Alright, let's trade the recent news for a Z story and a bit of a loss of terror. Let's scooch through here. I am not gonna bother with the crab baby. Because it can't catch up with me. After the festival, Mutton Island rests silently under the false stars. Entertain your crew's terrified speculations. Each of them has a theory about what happened on the island. 3 Z stories. And Mutton Island is blockaded. The Khanate's flag flies over Mutton Island. Mutton Island is having a party. You are exploring Mutton Island. You are exploring Mutton Island. Okay, compose a port report. Okay, entertain the crew. Unlikely tales. A sprightly deckhand blames Storm. He's always gustin' and blusterin' round here. The islanders must have angered him. A craggy crewman shakes his head. No, it were well of theirs. There was something waiting in the bottom of it, and it finally climbed out. I have no idea how to actually represent that noise tonight. Scoffs the solemn stoker. Mark my words, this is the work of the Fathom King, and his complexity only takes what's offered. Gained 4 tales of terror and 2 points of terror. Great. You're all marvelous. Aren't you special? Let's leave. The crab and my ship are exactly the same speed, so... So as long as I keep moving forward, the crab and I will not be having anything out with each other. I am not amused by this ship here. Ow! Oh, man. You know what? Screw that. You saw me, but now you don't. Guider's Mourn? I always lose a crewmate there, but... Hadn't actually come here yet this life, so... The island is somewhere between Stephen King and Lovecraft. Yeah, it's... Quaker's Haven bothers me a lot. Weird things happen there in every life, but it's not always the same thing. This whole festival, I don't remember it happening before. Sometimes I go there and they've stopped serving booze and like nothing happens on the island and it's really weird. This time around they've had a party and all of them disappeared. It just, something particularly strange is going on that island. The Mourn is a stalagmite, vast as a crag, and its foot has no safe harbors. The Corsair's citadel nestles halfway up. An intricate system of winches takes the strain, and your ship rises slowly from the sea. Her hull creaks in protest. Grizzled sailors groan and cling to stanchions. Higher, higher! Now the Untersee shimmers like glass below. Children clamoring in crevices cheer and wave alarmingly. The winch motor slows, and you hang in a cradle next to a red-bowed pirate cutter. Alright, so we have an evening at the Errant Limpet. A drinking den by the dock cradles is a good place for your crew to find companionship and let off steam. But although Guider's Mourn is a free port, the Corsairs prefer their own and look askance at respectable Londoners. This has a 94% chance of success due to my high veils. There is Explore the Mourn. There's a surprising quantity of actual landscape on the Mourn. It's vertical, admittedly, but once you find the Beast Pass and Urchin Roads, you can traverse it as you would a rocky moor, with an additional throat full of lurching terror. There's Introduce Blemmigans to the Mourn, which I don't have any Blemmigans to introduce. They all took off their shoes and walked into the sea. Yeah, that seems to be what they did, but also it's just like, why did they take all their valuables with them? It's weird. It's very weird. Collect your ill-gotten gains if you've been sending stolen ships to the Corsair's forest. Overhear rumors of a pirate poet. A gleaming marauder is assembling an immense hoard of drowning pearls. His teeth are gold, his rings wink with scintillac. A locked box sits beside him, containing delicacies retrieved from the wispways. Trade a drowning pearl for 2 solace fruits. That's... I like that. That's a good deal. And gather intelligence. Guiders Morn swarms with pirates, smugglers, and captains of uncertain allegiance. You could learn a lot here, but you'll need to go carefully. This is a modest challenge with a 75% chance of success. Let's overhear some rumors first. Landlubbers fear pirates. Pirates fear the poet. Lies, nonsense, glimmers. Some say she's a clayman who freed herself with the power of verse. Possible. Others insist she's the personal muse of the king with the 100 hearts. Unlikely. One claims she sails on a living ship made of the still screaming skulls of her victims. More sober voices mutter that no, it's just an Alcaeus-class vessel. Whatever the truths, few have fought her and survived to tell the tale. Only the bravest of captains risk the lonely parts of the sea where her flag is said to fly. Well, that was fun. Let's trade a drowning pearl for a soulless flute. Another pebble for the mountain. He is ambitious and plans to marry a princess of the leopard clan. How many pearls would be an appropriate offer, do you think? 10,000? 100? Fathers can be prickly. You take a pair of soulless fruit from his trove, their flesh plump and glistening. I have lost a drowning pearl and gotten a soulless fruit. Okay. Let us gather some intelligence. In caution, a steaming bathhouse on a spur of rock. Water slops over the edge of tubs, out over the edge to join the sea far below. Scarred captains boast drunkenly of the prizes they've taken and the victims they've marked out. You listen from the shadows. Success! I didn't lose a crewmate! And I have a port report. I could try another afternoon at the Errant Limpet. It's possible that it could reduce terror. Let's try it. Cold shoulders at the Errant Limpet. Conversation quietens as the drinkers look round. You've been here too long, and you're attracting the wrong kind of attention. Time to move on. Well, that didn't go as well as I'd hoped. Let's see. Oh, they sell fuel and supplies here. I'm okay here. And the friendly face. Of course you can sell illicit goods here, and of course you can't expect to get a fair price. Oh, I see. They buy souls, red honey, a mirror catch box if it's full. You can buy a concealed compartment. Provides some small degree of protection against exercise men searching your ship for contraband. Contraband concealment plus 20. Huh. I don't actually have an aft compartment, but interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Yeah, it's time to head out. Sailing eastwards from here, I believe. Turn. Turn. Don't hit any rocks. Turn. Send out the bat on the off chance that Station 3 is close to the pirates. I can stop by the Shepherd Isles. Oh, not a Jilly. Not a Jilly in my way. I don't want to deal with that. lucky, lucky, lucky. That's about the same speed as my ship. Okay. Whee! Oh, man, it's restless nights again. Okay, let's deal with that. I'm going to ignore them. Alright, we're back at the Shepherd Isles. We're going to compile a port report because, oh yes, yes, my yes, there's been goings on. Yeah, it's the same one as before. Okay. A picnic, which might reduce terror. Tales of the Standing Stones, Tales of the Graves, Tales of the Croft. Retired. Oh, the retired monster hunt. I don't need another long box at this time, so I'm not going to go with that one. You know what? Give me a tale of the Standing Stones. A long way from home. You heard of the pillared sea where Irem lies? Wise men from Irem came here, 80 years ago. He planted 3 pillars. They were as big as fingers when I were young. Now they're as you see them. In my son's time, they'll be as big as dock cranes. Gained a memory of distant shores. Shepherd Isles is weird. Shepherd's Isles is just a weird, weird place. Okay. I'm gonna go upward a bit just to be away from the Gillifleurs area. And also, like, I haven't covered that area, so... It means I'll be skipping Nuncio, but that's okay. Like, there is an island in here. I just don't know if it's a useful island. Like, I'll just pause for a moment. If you look right here, you can see like the edge of a landmass. But I don't know if that's a useful landmass. Oh, no. No, I don't want anything to do with that. Ouch! Nobody here but us chickens. Please stop, ma'am. Well, we sailed just far enough. Not gonna bother going to the Khanate despite having drowning pearls on my person. Let's see. I should see the shadows soon, right? It's just above me. is. Since carousing hasn't been very good for my terror. Oh, wait. Oh, it's burning blue. A hiss of horror from the lookout. The glim lamp at the front of the ship is sputtering and arcing, fizzing with blue light. Even as you watch, the blue fades, but it's not a good omen. It's a perfectly natural explanation. Attempt to calm them with a perfectly natural explanation. It is a straightforward challenge with a 100% chance of success thanks to my hurts. Or spin them a story, which I can't do because I don't have a Z story. So, attempt to calm them. Everybody be calm. Light meets dark. The darkness underneath is more than the absence of light. It is a physical presence which distorts the shape of the world. Your light melts the darkness, restores sanity to the world. You explain something of this to your sailors. It's not the first time they've heard it, but they seem slightly less nervous. Gained a fragment, I guess. But yeah, the con shadow reports do give me some terror reduction, so... The city that swam. Okay. I can... I wonder if watchful curios are more useful than the hunting trophy. Anyway, compile a port report. Okay, back to the wiki. Watchful curios. We're looking for watchful curios in the wiki, which I really dislike this. Why is it organized like this? This is a terrible way to organize anything. Maybe it's not in this one? Is it cargo? Please let it not be cargo. Watchful curios. Watchful curios. Please don't make me have to search it. You're gonna make me have to search it, aren't you? There it is. Watchful curio. Let's see here. Upgraded into a wakeful idol for free in Polythreme. Interesting. I'm confused as to what's okay. I'm not sure, okay. Wakeful idol. Let's try looking at that. Okay, if you present the king with a watchful curio, he'll give you a wakeful idol, which is used in Port Cecil and with the alarming scholar. Huh. Okay. I don't know. I'm so confused. I don't know. See, the nice thing about the hunting trophy is that it doesn't actually take up space in the hold. It's a non-item. Let's see here. I just... Okay, fine. If I were a hunting trophy, where the heck would I be listed? A curiosity, perhaps? Onwards, onwards. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. Why is this happening? Oh boy. Hunting trophy. Okay. Can be traded in the Chelinate. Abbey Rock, which this life hasn't found. Godfall, Port Cecil, required to give the principles of a... Oh, usable in Port Cecil. Let's see. I don't really want to go to Polythreme, though. You know what? I'm gonna take the hunting trophy to the Chelinate. Feels like the best thing to do with it right now. Since I'm going to the Chelinate anyway. Right? Right? Of course I'm right. I must be right. Let's see, if I go... Yeah, if I go up and over... then the Chelinate is just like right over here. Man, I wish I had a faster ship. This is just agonizing. But at least I'm getting somewhere. Eventually. Come on, ship. Oh, man, it's the ship with the wigglers again. It's still there. A tryst! Oh, yes. Yes, we will tryst once again in the barrel of the forward gun. Yes, I'm feeling good about that. Lost 25 terror. Okay. Let us compile a port report. The shop here will buy the casket of sapphires for 99. Which, as far as I can tell, is the best price. It is a pity that he doesn't sell fuel. That would be really nice. Okay, so... let us trade the hunting trophy for an outlandish artifact, because I have a use for multiple outlandish artifacts. So, show off the hunting trophy to the young Chelinates gather around your ship, pressing their chalked palms to your bow. They demand stories. One story for another. As your tale of combat on the high Z reaches its pitch, you lift the gory trophy above your head. The children scatter. Only a young boy remains behind, staring. He holds out a mask, a mess of tiny bones. Most look like they were scavenged from a dinner plate. Nevertheless, he points at your trophy. You trade. Alright, lost a hunting trophy, gained an outlandish artifact. I now have 4. I only need 3 more. Anything else? Oh yes, tails for the bone. I definitely don't have the things for him, since I didn't have a Z story, and now I don't have the hunting trophy. But it's okay, because I got an outlandish artifact anyway. Okay, let's pause for a moment and contemplate the map. I have a good amount of fuel, so what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to sail north. And try to come back across Polythreme. That's what I'm going to do. Which conveniently is away from that ship with its wigglers. Okay, Bat, can you tell me anything? Oh, why is there a Lorn fluke? What is all this going on? See, it bothers me that there's obviously something here, but the Bat did not find it. Wait, we approach the Empire of Hands. It's around here somewhere. Wait. This looks vaguely promising. It's a nice place, actually. This is very green for under here. Only the ocean's green under here. What the heck? A stern reminder from the Admiralty. In the name and by the power of her enduring majesty, a trade embargo and quarantine in absolute perpetuity has hereby been declared on the Empire of Hands. No ship of London is to permit aboard a Pentecost ape without express and prior permission from the Admiralty. Any and all acts of spearifage are prohibited. They know what they did. Beware of stowaways. Keep a tight grip on your soul. Excerpt from Standard Naval Regulations, Volume 4. The Flea-Ridden Mare. With the regulations in mind, it is a surprise to be greeted by a mere itchy monkey in a tattered yellow robe, barely walking with the help of a ceremonial staff. An official greeting. "Hello," cries the mare, in the broken voice of one not yet used to human speech. "Come, make selves at home. All souls welcome in bountiful Empire of Hands." The crew shifts uncomfortably. They know the stories. It will take more than the natural beauty of this place to make most of them risk shore leave here. Okay, my monkey business quality is now 1. Ugh. Okay, so, sailing the Empire of Hands, communal wooden boats offer free passage to all travelers willing to row between islands. Or Port Stanton, soul-hungry monkeys reluctantly tend this trading post, waiting for an opportunity to escape. Let's try the port. Bloated fleas hop from ape to man and man to ape, gorging themselves without a care for which is which. Shore leave. The parasympathetic jungle holds many dangers. Step carefully. There is no authority beyond the fence. An audience with the flea-ridden mare. He is not busy. No appointments are required. Prepare a comprehensive port report. Few have reason to brave the waters this far east, especially with the trade embargo. The Admiralty will pay especially well for up-to-date intelligence. This would require monkey business no more than 9. No comprehensive port report. I have to have explored the islands. Oh my. The Zeppelin. Intense work is underway across the bridge. And gather strategic information for the Admiralty. The Admiral commissioned you to gather information. Here at the Empire's edge, that's difficult, but you could pick up a few scraps. This will give you an intriguing snippet. If you can penetrate the court on Sovereign Island, you may be able to do better. Hello, Mia. Good evening. Welcome back. Yes, I am reading. This game has quite a bit of reading. It's very weird reading. You know what? Let's have a look at the Zeppelin. Intense work. Turned away. 2 monkey guards wielding rifles and rusty bayonets block the bridge. This is not for your eyes, outsider. Avert them. Walk away. Walk faster. Good human. Ooh. This place makes me uncountably nervous. I cannot put my finger on the... I'm just... I could do a comprehensive port report if I visit all these places, but what is... Alright, I'm gonna try. Alright, scouting trip to Sovereign Island. A wooden palace stretches across the whole island, passage to it lit by a field of tiny glim buoys. The heart of the Empire. Many boats circle the island, all keeping their distance. The one that gets closest is an extended rowboat painted in yellows, whites, and reds. 4 servant monkeys strain at the oars, while its true passenger sits in comfort behind a gauze curtain. Just for a moment, an eye catches yours, but only for a moment. It would not do for a high-souled ape to see something so beneath its notice. Oh no. Gain okay. Today the sprawling palace is called the Wild-Wheeled Court. Tomorrow, who knows? The world of the Pentecost apes is one of cruel whimsy, where stolen traditions last only as long as their amusement. There is gain access to the court, which is locked because I don't have a gift for the Monkey Emperor. The gates are guarded by 2 armored monkeys that would look adorable if not for the blood on their bayonets. Humans are not welcome without an invitation or a worthy gift for the Emperor. Alright, back to the boat. There's more sailing to be done today. The guards stare as you row away. It will take some effort to ingratiate yourself here. Perhaps if you could find something on one of the other islands. Oh, okay. Next one. Scouting trip, the Ash Isthmus. Neither man nor ape claims this volcanic remnant between islands. Haunted, they say. Ridiculous. Of apes and monkeys. The trip offers little time to think on the Penties. Technically, they are monkeys rather than apes, but it is not tactful to remind them of this. To their high-souled faces, the accepted name is Pentecost apes. In private, though, the bloody monkeys is about as common. It is, one might say, an ad hominoid insult. Ash Isthmus. Black beaches give way to an oasis of gently glowing trees and the scent of rotting flowers. Alright, so there is enter the forest. Parasynthetic vegetation thrives in the Empire of Hand's fertile soil and cool humidity. Or return to the boat. There is nothing here that will concern the Admiralty. Interesting. Enter the forest. Into the woods. Wide natural paths run between clumps of trees, softly lit by a dim green glow and the occasional glimmer of false stars through the canopy. Only the crackling of leaves and the soothing sounds of water break the serenity of this volcano-forged paradise. Okay. Hunt for supplies, which is a high-risk challenge. Not many of the plants and berries here are familiar, but some of them at least look similar to ones that were being eaten back in Port Stanton. This is a high-risk challenge with only a 19% chance of success. There is relax in a hot spring. Steam and a hint of sulfur gently rises from a secluded natural pool flanked by trees and mushrooms. No, I think not. I will be returning to the boat. Perhaps you shall return. For now, though, the rest of the Empire of Hands beckons. Alright. Fountainhead Island. Ancient secrets peek out of the trees. Any may visit, but few Penties ever bother to make a pilgrimage. A young ancient empire. The Empire's Hands is hardly as old as they pretend, but mimicry and theft infuses their whole culture. If the Penties have come to think that rulers should be buried in ancient temples, then it is ancient temples they will build. It would hardly be the first time their attempts to mirror humanity have entirely missed the point. That's just mean. That's just mean. Swiftly growing vegetation keeps the thick forest wrapped around variably ancient ruins. Even the yet-to-be plundered ones are heavily scarred with crowbar marks. Okay, so we have a temple in the forest. In a clearing of parasynthetic trees looms an imposing structure of wood and stone. A treasure hunt, which is locked because I don't have an ancient-ish treasure map. Or return to the boat. Temple in the forest. The Vault of the First Emperor. It stretches through the forest in a number of styles, each designed by the whims of the latest Pentecost apes who felt it needed to be made grander. It would take a dedicated team to break in and uncover its secrets. Perhaps you will bring one here later. Well, that sounds fun. Let's go back to the boat. An investigation for another day. Perhaps there is someone in Fallen London who might be able to help you get to the treasures of this island. One more. Hearthsake Island. A thin pillar of greasy yet appetizing smoke rises from the only human settlement in the Empire. The Blumenbach Quarantine. The Admiralty has never stated precisely why it seeks to keep the Empire confined, though most opposition to it fades when sense opposers actually encounter a Pentecost ape. They have been easy to corral, however. Though they do not lack wit, there is not an inventive bone in their hairy bodies, and no amount of stolen humanity has taught them the art of creating engines. The survivors of a pirate expedition have stolen this land where apes are unwelcome except as an entree. There is a lost treasure hunter who squints at a map muttering incoherently, or I could approach the village where greasy smoke and guiltily tempting aromas rise from a collection of huts around a long-beached pirate ship and a field of pointedly impaled monkeys. I'm going to approach the village. An explosion almost takes off your head. Sorry about that, booms the boisterous pirate, lowering a smoking blunderbuss as bits of shattered tree rain down. New arrival, are we? Well, if you haven't got a tail, you're all right by me. He squints, momentarily suspicious. You don't have a tail, do you? Wouldn't put it past the thieving little buggers to go shaving one of their own. Wouldn't know fair play if it kicked him up right in the arse. His voice is louder than his blunderbuss. The congealed meat juices in his thick beard are better not considered. It was not madness that drove these pirates to cannibalism, but years of being shipwrecked without the comfort of meat. After a while, any meat would do. Return to the boat. They seem a friendly sort and are shocked at the idea that they would ever be such poor hosts as to eat a guest. But then, they have no shortage of supplies. Back to Port Stanton. The sea is quiet. The journey is pleasingly uneventful. You have not been eaten by cannibal pirates. All things considered, a successful trip. Okay. Exploration's complete. Perhaps you can use the information you've gleaned. Prepare a comprehensive port report. Few have reason to brave the waters this far east, especially with the trade embargo. The Admiralty will pay especially well for up-to-date intelligence. The islands of the Empire. All of them warrant further attention. For now, though, it would be best to see if your initial discoveries can whet the interest of anyone back home. One comprehensive port report. Okay, back to the port. Interestingly, I could have an audience with the mayor now. However, I would prefer to gather strategic information for the Admiralty. Words on the wind. The barely sold monkeys of Port Stanton mutter together in a dozen bastardized dialects, invented stories, gossip 20 years old, intimate revelations from the scraps of subconscious knowledge that adhere to souls. The effect is of sampling a rich, fascinating stew that might possibly contain rat droppings. The Admiral would regard this mission as a failure, but others might be interested. I have a Z story now. Audience with the mayor or shore leave? Let's have an audience with the mayor. King of an empty castle. The flea-ridden mayor scratches himself on a chair made of crates, surrounded by boxes of long-rotten trade goods. As a 5-souled ape, he would be able to petition for membership of court. For now, the trade embargo has left him trapped on the outside, a 3-souled overseer with no talent for order. The mayor's shack. In better times, being overseer of Port Stanton gave the incumbent their pick of visitors to the Empire. Now it is as thankless a task as any to be found in Neath. Sell your soul to the mayor. He doesn't have much to offer, but if you aren't using it, The mayor will pay 200 echoes for your soul. I don't think so, no. Acquire fresh supplies. Oddly little of the Empire of Hand's natural bounty is edible. The monkeys will help you find the edible stuff for a fee. 20 echo. Acquire emergency fuel. Fuel? Got fuel? The flea-ridden mayor nods quickly. Not cheap, not free. Can be arranged. London money okay. Put on table. Look on docks. Yes? This fuel will cost a hefty 40 echoes per barrel. I think I can get a better deal for fuel somewhere else, to be honest. The supplies are tempting, though. I'll take a supplies. A crate of berries, fruits, and more. Most of them taste unpalatably bitter, but they will do you and your crew no harm in the short term. Alright. I will not be doing fuel, nope. The mayor returns to pretending to work. Outside, a crowd of monkeys that has absolutely not been listening in scampers away. I don't feel comfortable doing the shore leave things, so okay, so if I sail this way, I'll be able to visit Polythreme, and maybe I might find something in the middle areas. Swing! Turn! Do a Yui! There you go! Haha! Yeah, this is the Polythreme line. You know, assuming there isn't anything lurking about in this mist. I keep sending out the bat and hoping. I am starting to get worried about my fuel levels. Maybe I should have bought fuel, but it was so expensive. Okay, I learned in a previous life that you do not try to drive into the lily pads. They are quite solid. That's the Khanate. Okay, I know that the landmark is up there, but I have a low enough fuel amount that I don't want to go there. In fact, maybe I should stop in at the Khanate and get some of their very, very expensive fuel. Oh, no, 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 no. Well, that idea died. Alright. To Polythreme. I am really worried about my fuel quantities. Okay, so port report. Gained 5 terror. No, they do not sell. Darn it. Yeah, let's carry some clay men to London. I would prefer to save my money for fuel, but the question is, where is a place that I can get fuel that is close? Does Port Cecil have fuel? I don't remember. I don't remember. Hello, Ruffin. Welcome. And yeah, there is only one way to find out. Thankfully, it's close. You are correct on that estimation. Hopefully there isn't anything lurking in the rocks over here. Like, I'm pretty sure that I can buy fuel at Demo Island. Please don't notice me, Mr. Eel. Please don't notice me, Mr. Eel. Aha! The eel did not notice me. Okay, yeah, here we go. Port report. Shops? Hallelujah! We might yet live. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna play chess right now. That's not a good thing. Let's try exploring the coral knoll instead. Sea laps dark around silvery coral. Humps and columns rise from the coral, a bewildering maze. Go carefully. In amber, some disturbance of the undersea has brought sunken ruins up out of the water. But these stones were lost beneath more than the sea. They are half encased in a smooth, translucent orange substance like amber. Even as you watch, the ruins groan and shiver. The convolutions that brought them up will soon take them below again. Chip some of the amber away to sell. It's very likely the deep amber sold in London, the stuff the squid-faced rubbery men exude. This may be a good haul. Or examine the ruins. The amber encasing the ancient stones has cracked under the grinding pressures of the earth. You could scramble in and examine them. This would be a straightforward challenge with a 100% chance of success. Yeah, let's do that. 100% chance of success I will certainly take. Of their bones. You squeeze through the fissures in the amber shell to explore the ruins within. The dwellings are low and windowless, thick-walled, flat-roofed, like those in desert countries. Nothing like anything underneath. You find shattered pots, glass beads, and bones, all mired in amber. Among the rest, you find a shining black hematite ornament the size of 2 fists, a bulbous thing graven with concentric circles. Stubby protrusions, crudely worked, hang below it like wax whipped driblets. You realize, as you turn it in your hand, what it looks like, one of the domes of the Great Echo Bazaar in London. Something wrong about these bones, one of your sailors mutters uneasily, a seasoned woman with little surgeon's training. She's right. The shape of the skull is not precisely human. The arm bones have splayed out like twigs off a branch. Another exclaims as he finds the bones of a small animal, coiled together like a knot of serpents. Shapelings, someone hisses. You think that's what they say, but none of your crew will admit to speaking. There's a rumbling from below. You all scramble desperately for the exits in the amber casing, squeezing through one by one just in time. The amber snaps shut and the ruins sink again beneath the waves with a tremendous roar and show of foam. You still have the hematite sculpture in your hand. That's a success. I've gained a secret. I've gained 50 fragments, and I've gained another outlandish artifact. Now I only need 2 more. I'm stunned I didn't gain any terror. That's amazing. Okay, that's everything in Port Cecil. Let's take ourselves across to Demo. Still no luck finding Station 3, but I found a whole lot of other things. And a weird light in the sea. What the heck is going on just down... What is this? I don't think I want to know. Alright. We're chugging along. I keep putting myself in for incredibly tight turns. Why do I do this to myself? And there we go. Welcome to the Iron and Misery Company Funding Station. Let's compile a port report. Let's see, what's on offer? Tea with the Factor, explore the island, accept a volunteer, provide a respite from mushrooms, which is locked, or gather supplies. I'm going to have tea with the Factor because that will frequently reduce my terror. And my hunger. An interlude. You sit on the veranda of the Factor's house, looking out over the fungal jungle. An expanse of green and sour gold. The air is thick with hovering spores. The scones are stale. Even the tea has a hint of mildew. But the Factor is good company. He shares odd stories about the Gant Pole where monsters swarm, about the seductions of the principles of coral, the infestation at Featherhaven. He also has a load of Boligus frond carted aboard your ship. He waves away your thanks. I've eaten so much of the stuff, I fear I might be transformed entirely into fungus. He leans confidentially towards you. It happens, you know, but one does have to eat a rather lot of it first. Lost 2 terror, gained a supply, and some fragments. I could buy more fuel here. But I think 9 is going to be enough to get me back to London, as long as I don't get myself into any fights. So I want to go this way and up a little. I said up. But yeah, it's all very well and good to tell me that places are east of London when everything is east of London. That's the thing that I hold against this game the most. Because telling me something is east of London is as good as telling me it's not here, which is just as useful. So we're just gonna sail in as straight a line as I can manage towards London. And this should be enough fuel to get me there. I hope. And then I will deal with things. And then I believe I will be calling it a night, because it is already after midnight on the East Coast, which is where I am. Well, I'm not on the East Coast. I'm in the Eastern time zone, and it is past midnight here. Okay. Ah, the lights of the home ship. And it's the ghost of me again, I think. I still not sure what's going on with these. It was nice to see you in my stream again, Mia. It was very good of you to stop by. I appreciate it. You have a good night, too. Okay, so we're almost there. I was right in that I have enough fuel to make it here. It's always better to come back into port with surplus fuel than to not have any fuel at all. Oh, the Ministry of Public Decency is here again. Alright. I still don't have any red honey. So, do what you will, gentlemen. Tramp away. Alright, let's collect messages from the Harbor Master. Something has changed underneath. Someone wants to sign on. I have another free evening. Oh, it's restless nights again. Alright, let's clear this by ignoring them completely. Lost a terror. Okay, what does the hold look like? Not my favorite. Okay. Let's deliver the claymen. 120 echoes for the claymen. As long as I'm here, let's see who the new recruit is. With any luck, it'll be a gunner. The Presbyterian Adventuress. Afternoon, Captain. Looking for a gunnery officer? I'd like to help you blow up some monsters if you'll have me. The Adventuress is a gunnery officer who increases iron and veils. Oh, my best stat, you mean. Oh ho ho ho. Yeah, you know what? Or there's the irrepressible cannoneer. She costs 20 versus the 50 that the... Iron and veils versus just iron. You know what? I choose the Presbyterian Adventuress. I've never had her on board before. Welcome aboard. Oh, hello, Captain. Is this one of yours? I had to knock her about a bit. She didn't like taking orders from foreigners. Still, we're good friends now. The adventuress claps the black-eyed sailor on the back. Oddly enough, they do seem to be friends now. Alright. Let's make sure to appoint her. I love the hair. That's amazing. What do we have here? Okay, she increases iron, and I can invite her to dine with me if I offer her coffee. Captain's cabin, is it? All right, but I want a coffee sorbet for dessert. What? I like coffee sorbet. No sorbet, no dinner. Excuse me, someone's caught fire again. Someone's caught fire again? Oh boy. Okay, let's see. What else do I have kicking about in the hold? Oh right, the solace fruit. I can sell that at Roser's Wharf and force it to turn over. Let's visit the Rose Market. The starving poet is looking for solace fruit. I sold a sonnet, he exclaims, jangling a pocket full of echoes. Feeding the soul. With his proceeds, he could dine frugally for a fortnight, sensibly for a week, or on solace fruit for supper. He takes a tiny, careful nibble as soon as you hand it over, careful to not spill a drop of juice. 75 echo for a solace fruit, and the Rose Market has closed for the day. Alright, that was fun. Let's go turn in the stuff here. Actually, I did fail on the Empire of Hands, so let's ask him for a new location. Ah, they want strategic information from the Chelenate. Oh, no, wait. That requires something. I remember that requires something. I'm gonna have to look up what that is. I will try to remember to do that. But let's turn in some port reports. I have some new places I've been. Guider's Morn, you have something to tell us about the pirate fleets of the forest? Alright, 30 echo, a favor, and a fuel. Port Cecil. 30 echo and a fuel. I have 66 veils, and yet I still only have a 49% chance on submit as fact with the Shepherd Isles. Honestly, okay. Unsubstantiated hearsay it is. 10 echo and a fuel. Polythreme. 50 echo and a fuel. We have now been paid back the money that we've been more than paid back the money that we paid to get the gunnery officer. Empire of Hands. Oh goodness, what are those accursed monkeys up to these days? You didn't bring any of them back with you, did you? Report submitted. Such a ghastly place. A pause. You know, there was somebody here asking about it only recently. Delightful lady, as I recall. Most delightful. Yes, I shall take the liberty of forwarding her your address. Something new awaits in your lodgings. Oh my. Okay, so my monkey business quality is now 10, which might come back to bite me. Who knows? I gained 300 echo, a fuel, and a favor. The Chelenate. 50 echo and a fuel. Khan Shadow. 30 echo, a fuel. Lost 5 terror. Quaker's Haven. 5 Echo and a fuel. Demo Island. 20 Echo and a fuel. And that is all my port reports, I believe. So something awaits in my lodgings. Should I do that tonight or save it for next week? Well, I have to go to my lodgings to get recent news or I'm going to forget. So we'll deal with it tonight, apparently. Read the morning papers. Lost to terror. An invitation to Benthic College. Your travels have caught someone's attention. Oh, you know, I'm gonna deal with that next week. That sounds time consuming. I don't want new crew. You know what? Let's have a carouse to end the night. Fortune. Lost 5 terror, 10 echo. Oh, and had a pleasant interlude with someone whose name I do not afterwards recall, which lost me 2 terror. Together you exercise the chill of the neath. When you wake, you're alone, but that's how you've always preferred it. All right. Feeling good. This invitation to Benthic College makes me nervous, and also it sounds very time-consuming. So I'm going to wait until next week to deal with that, I think. Let's see, is there anything else in my hold that needs to be dealt with? No, I seem to be mostly taken care of. I'm very sad about these things taking up space. But what else am I gonna do? Okay, so I will deal with the Benthic College thing next stream. I'm going to leave myself a post-it note okay, here. Deal with Benthic College in lodgings. Okay, there is a post-it note, and I will stick that in my things to remember notebook for this, so that next week I will be certain to remember to poke that. And hopefully the fact that my monkey business is at 10 will not come to bite me in my monkey business. We hope. Alright, so this is where I will be calling it a night. I got so much done and I lived. I'm alive! Ha ha ha! Okay, and for those who wonder what my previous past adventures and past lives have been like in this game, you can find that on my YouTube channel, which I've just had my bot link to for you. There are playlists there for all of the various games that I play, so that you don't have to go digging through everything and the multiple years worth of streaming that I have archived up in there if you're only interested in a single game. So that's I've made that as convenient as I can for you for binging purposes. And I will be back streaming again on Sunday night, starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be playing Baldur's Gate. I have completed the main plot of Baldur's Gate, but now I am working on a sort of an expansion that was made several years afterwards called The Siege of Dragonspear. and I have gathered up as much of my party as has agreed to come with me, which was not everybody, alas. And I am going to be heading out to Dragonspear because the lady who is besieging it, or who is about to besiege it, depending on the actual timeline, well, she tried to have me assassinated, and I tend to not respond well to that. I tend to respond to assassination attempts by attempting to return the knife to the ribs of the person who hired the assassin. So I will be attempting that, or working on attempting that this upcoming Sunday. Then on Monday night, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be playing City Skylines for Management Monday. I will be continuing to work on my city of Pepper Lake, growing my population, and waiting for the next tornado to arrive, because it is the scenario challenge in City Skylines, which is to survive tornadoes and meet some very specific population milestones. Which I am working on, but it's been a long time since the last tornado, and I'm starting to get very nervous. So that's upcoming on Monday night. Then on Wednesday night, as close to 7 p.m. as we can get enough people together to form a room, I will be playing either Among Us or Scribble It or both with my friends. Among Us is a game that many people are familiar with by now, and myself and my friends have been playing this game together for quite some time now, so we like to think we know each other's tactics. So, yeah, you can come in and see us try to be amateur detectives. Or, if we don't have enough people for an Among Us room, we'll be playing Scribble It, which is sort of a Pictionary-like game, where none of us can spell, and some of us can draw, and we all have a great amount of fun despite any of these things. And then, at around 10 p.m., or somewhere 10:15, 10:30, somewhere around there, when my friends, who all have day jobs, decide to go and turn into pumpkins, I will be switching over to Valheim, where I will be running around in my solo server, exploring, building things, gathering resources. This upcoming Wednesday is very much going to be a gathering resources time. I am getting very low on my special wood, on my core wood, and my fine wood. So it's going to be a lumberjacking stream this upcoming Wednesday in Valheim, sometime after 10 p.m. Just running around trying to find the right kind of trees and not die getting them. And speaking of not dying, next Thursday night, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I shall be returning to Sunless Sea for Try Not to Die Thursday. I will be dealing with this Benthic College thing. I will be continuing to explore and try to find Station 3 because I have multiple things for Station 3 that I would really like to get out of my hands. There is stuff that I do not want to deal with that, so I really need to find the place. So hopefully I'll manage to turn that up next week. Because it might be the last time that I stream Sunless Sea for a while. I do like to switch my Thursday games from time to time, and I'm debating whether or not it's time to switch away from Sunless Sea and to another game. So I'm going to think about that, and but there's still lots of things to do next week, and there will definitely be Sunless Sea next week. So that is the upcoming week in my schedule, all the games that I'm going to be playing, and what I'm planning on doing in those games, as much as I can actually plan for these things without knowing exactly what's going to happen, which I really don't know, especially with Baldur's Gate. I'm playing 100% without spoilers in Baldur's Gate, so I have absolutely no idea what to expect. We'll find out, all of us together. And tonight has been a lot of fun. And I hope that all of you have had at least as much fun as I have. And I hope that you have a great night and a great weekend. Good night!